Guys, so this week is gonna be a really quick video because I'm still yapping about Heated Rivalry and I will continue to be yapping about Heated Rivalry. So, I know the audio quality is buns, so we're just gonna have to stick with me here. These are my favorite scenes from all of Heated Rivalry because my friend asked me, like, hey, what's your favorite scene? And I just said, like, a random one, and I, like, thought more about it, and I was like, damn, I have, like, way too many. Like, if I could put the entire show on here, I would. But just a disclaimer, these scenes are not ordered in any way. It's not like it's not like in chronological order. It's just whenever I thought of them, I put them down. Like, this is just as random and as chaotic as like my thoughts. I'm literally just ranting. There is no script, nothing. I'm just like going along with the vibes. And I literally spent I think I spent like an hour on this PowerPoint because I was trying to find images and whatever, and I was also rewatching the first episode because I was like, Loki, I do not have time to like watch the entire show, so I was like, at least I'll watch the first one. Oh my god, I'm rewatching it Shaneically, so I'm basically focusing on everything that like Shane's doing and like kind of trying to figure out his main motivations and whatever first, and then next I'll watch it Iliacally, whatever. Now I'm just ranting about the show. So these scenes are all from the show, and I do comment about like some parallels from like the books or whatever because I am almost done reading Heated Rivalry. I am listening to the audiobook because I do not have the physical copy and I do not wish to pirate it. Um, and like that's illegal. So yeah. I've been listening to it on Spotify and it was literally recommended to me. I was like, this is literally fate. So I'm listening to it. I have 3 hours left of the first book and I'm so happy. Um, but yeah, much love to Hudson and Connor. I really love what they did with the characters, and I really love what Jacob Tierney also did with the characters, like whatever. And there will be spoilers. So if you have not watched Heated Rivalry and you would not like to be spoiled, do not watch this video, bro. I literally like reference like major spoilers. So number one, my first favorite, the genetic scene. Like this whole scene where like he was like, wow, like I said, when did your English get so good? And Ilya was like, I started reading the New Yorker. And Shane's like, you did? And then Ilya's like, no, the New Yorker is boring. And then Shane was like, my dad reads the New Yorker. And then Ilya was like, oh, so being boring is genetic. And then Shane is literally just like, genetic. Wow. Like he sounds so in awe. Like, give this man a hug, bro. Anyway, so the whole dialogue is like it's so precious. Um, and like this was the first thing that I thought of when my friend asked me like, hey, what's your favorite scene? Because it's so precious, and I feel like it kind of explains like their entire kind of romance like up to this point, like their entire relationship like development up till this point like super well without even actually like just saying anything. And it's just I think like it's just this scene is super great with like um it's kind of subtle messaging and subliminal messaging. I don't know. And like you can literally tell like they're in love. Like they are literally not beating the allegations. They are never beating the allegations. He literally noticed that Ilya's like English got like better, like grammatically. Like he's they're literally so in love. He's literally so in love with him, bro. And like this was also after Shane like got mad at him or whatever. I can't like fully remember, but oh my god, this man, he's so in love, bro. Um, yeah, like this scene is just I really like the undertones of it and I really liked how the whole thing was colored and I really like how it kind of portrays the conflict but also how like they're both trying to like fight the conflict and like they both like really want to be together and whatever. Like I just think that it's so cute and it's so adorable. And yeah, and the second one, the Rose breakup. Okay, guys, so these images are buns. I was gonna add more, but then I was like, Loki, I just want to start yapping at this point. So I know the first, like the image at the top, like it doesn't have anything to do with the scene, but Rose, my girl, I love how well she handled this like whole thing and like the breakup, and like her trying to like direct the conversation to be like, hey, I think you're gay without seeming too like accusing or whatever. I think that was super cute and and really realistic. And like when I was listening to it in the books, like it's so book accurate. Like I was actually shocked. Like I really love what Sophie Nellis. I'm sorry, I'm like probably butchering her name. I really love what she did like with Rose's character and everything in the show because I think I prefer like show Rose to book Rose, but I feel like it's just because show Rose, I guess, like you can see that she has more depth or whatever. But that's just like a personal preference. And I really love how Rose like maturely handled everything, and she was like, "You really don't have to tell me anything. Like, this is just what I think, and I feel like we would both agree that like this isn't working for us, and that we should like break up." And I love how like she gave him the space to open up if he really wanted to, and he did. He was like, I kind of prefer being the but I prefer being the hole rather than the peg. And she literally started like giggling, like, oh my god, my girl, I love her so much, bro. Bro, she's like so adorable, and like I love how she insisted that like they stay friends after, and like not like some BS kind of friends. It's like real friends. She's like, we have to stay real friends, like best friends, and they did. And I just think like they're kind of interactions later throughout later episodes like after this are also super cute, and like I kind of love how the whole show isn't just solely about the romance of these two characters and how they solely rely on each other. I like how like despite their relationship and like their conflicts within the relationship, they have people outside of it that they can rely on and talk to. And I think that's just great. Like I love Rose and I love Svetlana, and I talk about Svetlana later, but Rose, I love her so much, bro. And like her in the Hollander jersey. Oh my god, literally dead, crying on the ground, bro. Okay, this one I can only find like one image for. The stairway scene, bro. Like I don't even know what to call it. I just call it the stairway scene. Actually tweaking. Bro, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, bro." Like they are not beating any allegations. They are literally so in love, and they like the amount of pins I've seen on this on Pinterest, like guys, everyone knows you're in love. Oh my god. And like it wasn't even in the books. Like I was waiting for it in the books, and it was like, no, it didn't even happen. I was like, damn. Like Jacob Tierney, you are my king, bro. Like whoever thought to put this scene in, like I will give you my life. Like I swear. Like and like I just love how this kind of like I guess foreshadows or whatever emphasizes their, I guess, like growth of feelings for each other without explicitly stating it, but I feel like it is like pretty obvious. Girl. Like if you watch the scene, you're like, there's no way they're not in love. Like there's no way that they don't like get married and have like 10 dogs and 10 cats and like own a whole farm or whatever, and like live a domestic life. But like, guys, they were literally not even hiding it from themselves, and they were not hiding it from each other. Like they were literally just like letting themselves feel whatever they felt, and I feel like this was one of their like more tender scenes, I guess, if that makes sense. Like they just let themselves feel what they were feeling. And I feel like the fact that they felt that they could be so open with each other is also really crucial in developing their romance, I guess, and just like their relationship with each other, because like a relationship shouldn't be like just about like attraction and being like, oh my god, like they're so hot and they're so cute and whatever, but also just like they trust each other, and they like allow themselves to be vulnerable with each other. And I think that is probably the best part of like them developing their relationship. And this is also kind of a trust thing. The shoe thing, I was rewatching, like when I was rewatching episode one. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Like I didn't really understand why this scene happened until I listened to the book. But apparently Ilya didn't like, if it's like the same in the show, then like Ilya didn't like, he didn't understand the reporter's question, so like that's why he was struggling with his response. And the way Shane immediately picked up on it, like in the books and in the show, impeccable, like beautiful. Like it's not even it doesn't even really like have much to do with the fact that they're like into each other. It's just kind of they intuitively understand each other, and I think that is so great. Like That's so brilliant. Um, and I also saw another video like glazing how this was like such a good way to like, I guess like, additionally emphasize the romance within the show or whatever. And I just think it's like it's so adorable, bro. Like the way they're kind of just like comforting them, like the way Shin is like, hey, I got this, and then Ilya's like, thank you, bro, like thank you, and it's kind of just like their silent love language basically, and it comes back in the cottage too. Like, oh my god, I was so happy. Like when shows and like books like reference earlier scenes, and especially like in romances or just like in general, it's like damn, like it feels like a really like a full circle thing, and I feel like that's like the whole point. But it's so adorable, and it's kind of just like it's kind of like a thing where like I understood you then and I understand you now, and it's kind of how I just think it's so great that they have someone to like understand them and like just be there for them, and this is kind of like their way of reassurance. 1111. Ah. Anyways, um it's just so adorable. And I told you I would talk about Svetlana. So this is me talking about Svetlana. She deserves her own slide because literally every scene that she's in, she is an icon. She serves. She literally like she's mother, bro. She's everything. Um in episode 1, like she gets introduced. She's like wow, I can't like wow, I'm actually leaving when like when she sees like Ilya texting back Jane. Um I think that's so funny because I like in the first scene, like when we meet her, you can tell that like her and Ilya like they're super comfortable with each other, and they're not really like they're not anything serious. And I think that that's like super important, especially for like Ilya's character. And I guess it's just kind of why like I love her like so much too, because like she doesn't expect like so much from him like everyone else in his life does. And I guess that I just love that Ilya had someone in his life that just let him exist and just kind of was always on a similar page as him, if that makes sense. Like yeah, like they always party together, they like live together, they sleep together, they're just super comfortable with each other. And I just love how Ilya has like someone in his life that is consistent, because not everything and not everyone in his life has been hotel reference. Anyways, um and I mentioned in the past video when talking about Heated Rivalry and why it's like so good, um like the scene where she goes like, I hope Jane knows how lucky he is. I think that's a huge testament to her character and how observant she is. Like both her and Ilya are extremely observant and really good at reading people, and I feel like that's something that they developed because of their childhood, and it's kind of like a defense mechanism almost, if that makes sense. And I feel like Svetlana doesn't have a lot of screen time. And I feel like with the few lines that she says like about Jane, and like especially this one, like being like, I hope he like I know that Jane is a man, and I know that he means something, like he means a lot to you, like when talking to Ilya. I feel like it's kind of like it's kind of her way of reassuring, I guess, Ilya, because she's like, it's okay to love a man, and it's like I know, and it's like it's okay that like this is like what you want. And I guess she's just trying to comfort him in her own way. And I think that's just great because like obviously like with the homophobia and like the hockey community and his family, and it's just the fact that like his family like uses him for like his money and his fame and whatever. And I think like he doesn't really have like a lot of people that would be like chill, like with just him. And I love that Svetlana is. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just glazing Svetlana at this point. Like, and I love when she's like nerding out about like hockey, and then Ilya's like, and like she's so playful with Ilya too. And it's like, you would let him center me, me. Anyways, love Svetlana. She is my queen. I love her so much. And number 6, we have, wait, did I count that right? I don't even know. But the injury. So basically, when Shane got injured, I don't remember which episode. Um, maybe episode 3, 5. It's one of those. I can't remember if this happened. I think no. I think this happened in like episode 5. But when like Shane got hit, whatever, like he went down, and then Ilya immediately tried to skate towards him to like check on him. First of all, that was so cute. And when Shane was getting like wheeled away, whatever, and they're like, "Hey Shane, like we want you to stay awake. Like we've contacted your parent. Your coach is contacting your parents. They have been told about like your condition." He immediately was like, "Tell him I'm fine. I'm okay." And then the doctor was like, "Yeah, we've told your dad." And then he was like, "No, Ilya." And the doctors didn't catch that. I was like, "Bro, I'm literally playing this show on like the lowest volume possible because like I'm not trying to get doxxed here." Um, and I heard that. I caught it, bro. First watch, I caught it, and I was like, "This is another testament to how much the relationship has grown and how much like they care about each other." Um, and I just love how the show like shows instead of tells, and it's just it's so wonderful, and it's like you can tell like they're not hiding it from everyone. They so obviously care about each other so much, and I just find that so beautiful. And also in this scene, I knew he was gonna get injured. I didn't even watch like the spoilers for this episode, like really, except for like Scott and like Skip like coming out. But I didn't realize that Shane gets injured this episode. But as soon as Ilya's smile like fell, I was like, oh my god, Shane! And then I've also seen them compared to. I've also seen like a post being like, this was their Orpheus and Eurydice moment. I was like, oh my god, bro. And if you don't know like the legend of like Orpheus and Eurydice, it's basically um Eurydice ends up in like the underworld, and then Orpheus is like, oh my god, I want my wife back. And then so basically Hades is like, you can have your wife back as long as you guys can walk all the way like to like the real world, as long as you don't look back. But at the last moment Orpheus looks back, and Eurydice is stuck in the underworld forever. And so this and so people like comparing them to Orpheus and Eurydice, like angsty couple compared with another angsty, like, oh my god, why would you do this to me? And the last but not least, obviously the cottage. Like basically this entire episode, like I literally cannot choose a favorite scene out of this entire episode. It's just I just really love how comfortable they are with each other, and like how much like how well the show kind of shows how the relationship progressed and then reached this point, so it doesn't feel like forced and it doesn't feel like they're super uncomfortable with each other, and it's just they needed this. And also I saw a video that was like the cottage scene in the books was like so much better than in the show, so that's why I'm reading the books, so I want to see that for myself. um and this scene is a fan favorite for a reason. Like one of my friends in school is literally just like the first thing that we will ever say to each other is, will you come to my cottage this summer? Don't go to Russia. Anyways, and then in the trailer, like when he was like, I'm coming to the cottage or whatever, please ignore my terrible Russian accent. Yes, we know you've been coming to them. We know. This was the spoiler that got me to watch the actual like show. Like, I'm sorry guys. Um, but Skip coming out and then him being like, I'm coming to the cottage. I was like, fine, I'll watch the show. And with context, the scene is like even better. Like I don't even know how they did that, but it is. And also the loon thing, it's so funny, bro. And apparently, like the loon call that Shane did was one that like was like, hey, like this is my territory, this territory is taken. And I just thought that was like the cutest thing ever. And like everyone who's analyzing this show, like please continue what you're doing, bro. Like I will consume every bit of it. I swear. And I love how like in this whole episode and like in these scenes they're just kind of themselves and they're not really trying to be anything except for like with each other. And then oh my god, and then like the bellboy thing like like oh, and it's like, and then Shane's literally like, I don't think this is how you treat the staff. And then Ilya's like, I think I know just how the staff likes to be treated or something. Like, actually wheezing, bro. So yeah, that was a wrap. That is a wrap on all of my favorite scenes and like the Heated Rivalry series. And I might make another one of these videos as I rewatch because there are so many like incredibly like just awesome like incredibly breathtaking scenes in this series that like it's just impossible not to want to talk about all of them even if like I don't really understand like cinematic choices or whatever. It's just it's absolute cinema and I am absolutely pulling up to the cottage. I think I will be stuck at the cottage like um anyways, feel free to drop your favorite in the comments or if you think like or if you want to add onto like my thoughts or whatever, feel free. And this is like an unedited video and I hope you guys enjoyed my 20-minute yap. Bye guys and see you in 1 or 2 weeks.